ladies and gentlemen. It's been a minute. There's so much fun stuff going on here recently. Just kind of been staying away from it all. But, we got to say something about today. I mean, we had Devon Archer, Hunty's little friend, his little buddy that's getting ready to go away. Looks like I think he got like a year and a day or something like that. He's going to go do wino time in a camp somewhere, I guarantee that. Which is why he had such a big smile on his face today. Kind of funny, though, the DOJ sent him a reminder letter yesterday, reminding him that he did have to turn himself in to the FBI, right before he's got to go in and testify. And they did the whole thing, closed door, of course. So nobody really knows what was said. You've got two different takes. The Democrats think that they came out on top. Dan Goldman, though, I haven't seen him such a sweaty, he's always a slimy mess. The guy's, it's just a snake. I mean, I can't think of somebody that's worse than him. He looks just like Joffrey. That's why I made that meme. I could maybe pull that up again. I don't know. We won't worry about it for now, I guess. But we'll watch his reaction to the whole thing, because Archer said that there was over 20 times that old Hunty would put Joe on the phone, on speakerphone, within their little group at dinner, these, high dollar restaurants and shit. He's got Chinese and Romanians and Ukrainians and all the Indians and what, like they want to listen to Joe Biden talk about the weather. That's what Goldman said. He goes, well, it's just, yeah, well, how's he supposed to be? I mean, you got to talk to the people that are there. I mean, he talked about the weather and said, so what's, I've never seen Goldman this shook before. Like his body language says everything. So I'm going to pull this thing up here and we're going to take a listen and a look at old Danny boy. Let's just switch over to this other scene. How about that? There we go. All right. Let me get a little volume here. Hopefully it doesn't echo out. But here we go.
That there were approximately 20 occasions over the course of their nearly decade-long business relationship where, when one of them called the other, that Hunter Biden would ask his father to say hello to whomever he was.
Why? Why would just to show that this is my father. Say hello, father. Say hello, father. I mean, come on now. You got to be shitting me, man. I mean, old Hunter, he wasn't in any kind of condition to be, let's turn the lights down a little bit here. A little bright. I mean, come on. You got to be kidding me. You absolutely have to be joking me that this Goldman guy, what a piece of trash.
At dinner. He said there were some times when it was friends and sometimes when it was potential business partners or business partners. But the witness was unequivocal and stated very clearly that they never discussed any business on that.
Whatever, Joffrey.
There were niceties and there was a hello and we talked about the weather or whatever it was, but it was
talked about the weather, huh? Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, that's enough of that. Talked about the weather. You got to be kidding me. Talked about the weather? Yeah. That's what people from foreign countries and shit, that's what they want to hear is Joe Biden talking about the fucking weather. Nobody wants to hear him talking about anything anyways. What a joke. So anyway, he said there was, over 20 different times, and remember people, Joe Biden has sold this branded crap to the entire country, since prior to the 2020 election. He sat there on the debate stage and emphatically pointed at Trump and said, nobody's made any money off China except this guy. And it's like, really, dude? Okay. Yeah, right. Trying to get these lights dialed in here. It's been doing other things. Why is it so goddamn? I need to turn this fucking thing. Turn it down. Sorry, it's amateur night. It's amateur night around here. No, anyways, that's a little better, isn't it? There. Hey, now I don't have to look like this bright, fucking, look like a pasty fucking pale force, look like Conan O'Brien. So anyway, Dan Goldman, I've never seen him so sweaty. He's such a smarmy fucking dipshit. What an asshole. You know, he bought himself his Senate or his representative, position there in the 10th district that they redistrict New York or whatever, and he managed to get that spot. He's an heir to the Levi Strauss empire, and a distant relation through like a great grandmother to Goldman Sachs, which is because his name is Daniel Sachs Goldman. But he's right up there with Stacey Plaskett every time they've got anything going in that, any kind of these hearings or whatever. And he does this shit where he says his smarmy little fucking bullshit, and then he gets up and he exits, right? So when it's time for anybody to refute what he's had to say, he's like that little kid that's going to take his ball and go. He gets up and he walks out, and then he'll come back when it's time for him to say something again. But he doesn't want to sit there and listen to Jordan or Matt Gaetz or anybody else in there. Just debate anything that he's had to say, refute anything he's had to say. He's just a lawyer through and through, which is he was also a Trump prosecutor. So yeah, that's who that guy is. He was behind all. He might as well have had his head up Shifty Schiff's ass. Who was Shifty Schiff on yesterday? I heard, oh my God, that guy. You know what, California, you vote for that guy. I'm telling you what, oh my God. I don't even know how this happened in the first place. But you don't have a very good track record, California. You don't have a good track record. You got Feinstein, you got Maxine Waters, you got Pelosi. Your boy Gavin Newsom, I wouldn't be surprised to see him throwing it in there to make a run. I mean, if this... The thing is, though, I don't know that anything's going to even go down with this Joe Biden thing. They just... The mainstream media doesn't cover it, right? It's like this is just not even a thing to them. Like, the money trail is there. You see it. You've got the Romanian money, okay? Even... It doesn't even matter if it's 30 million, 40 million, $1 million, $500,000. If you're taking money to peddle influence from foreign countries, and like Romania, they took $1 million from Romania, and Biden's over there talking about, he's giving speeches to them about corruption. It's like, wait a minute. You just took $1 million from these motherfuckers, and you're gonna go over there. This is the kind of guy he is. This is who you voted for, America. In record numbers, more votes than anybody in history, even his pal Barack Obama. Yeah. Can't argue with that, right? Cleanest election ever in history. I mean, undoubtedly, just clean as a whistle. Just like the next one will be, I'm sure. And everybody's all, hey, doesn't matter. If your vote mattered, they wouldn't let you do it. Think about that. If your vote mattered, they wouldn't let you do it. And then here's another thing to think about. Now, when I talk about my hypothetical best day ever, would be nobody showing up to vote. Nobody. Just, Granted, you're going to have the one asshole that's going to show up. No. This is obviously hypothetical. It's one of my great what ifs. But you know what happens if that, okay, let's just say that does happen. Guess what? They still put people in office. If nobody votes, they still put people in office. So, does your vote matter? If nobody voted, it's in the hands of somebody else, not you. If nobody goes out and votes, then we all have obviously expressed our distaste. And, basically said, fuck you guys, which is what we should do anyways. I mean, why even pay attention to what they say or what they, it's like we know what to do. We've been over this. This is rudimentary, folks. This is elementary. We all know what to do. You know what to do in your day-to-day lives. You don't need these. What good do they do? They don't do any good. They do no good whatsoever. These people are just harmful, basically. They're egotistical, they're narcissistic, they're megalomaniacs. All of them are. I mean, you have to be to put yourself in that position, for the most part. I mean, there's a couple that I might piss on if they were on fire. Not very many of them. So you get people like myself that get wound up about it and sit here and watch all this shit. But I want to know what's going on. And then you got people that just don't even care. And if you're one of those that don't care, if you're one of those that is always telling me, well, gee, Mike, why do you get so political? Why do you get so wound up about it? It's like, well, if you're asking me that, then don't vote because you don't know what's going on. And if you don't know what's going on, if you don't know the issues, if you don't know, who your candidates are, if you don't know what they stand for, if you don't know their policies, and chances are their policies are all bullshit anyways because they're just going to tell you whatever you want to hear. It's the exact same fucking thing as a high school class president election, The guy gets up there and promises the Mountain Dew machine at the end of the hall and better food. Well, he doesn't have anything to do with that. Shit. They don't give a shit. You think the school board cares what the fucking student body president has to say? What's he going to do? Go to the school board? I promise this. Go, hey, Hey, Johnny, why don't you, just go outside, okay? We'll call you when we need you, I mean, and that's pretty much what the president is too. Look at Biden. I mean, he just gets his note cards, his teleprompter. Every time he goes off script, he fucks it up. Every single time. I mean, and then I don't get why they had to build a separate, like a cloned press room. They said something about the goddamn, the teleprompter or whatever. Why don't you just put it in the other? I mean, what's the? I don't get that. I don't get it. I don't know. Maybe they got him living in a cellar or something underneath that one. And, who knows? And then they're showing those pictures of him out on the beach. Oh my God. Whew. That's I mean, no one really wants to see a 80-year-old man out there in his board shorts. It's like, dude, come on, man. They should have got him one of those those swimsuits from like the 20s or whatever with the stripes. The whole bodysuit, God damn, nasty. Oh, he's got that golden hairy legs though that he likes to have little kids play with. Ugh, everybody knows what's up with this guy. That's what I don't get, and the Republicans, they're all about, dotting the I's and crossing the T's, and we've got to go through this exactly correct because the Democrats, they went through, which they did. I mean, they were spying on Trump and before the fucking thing even happened, and he called that out and everybody laughed at him and, blah, 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 blah. And it turns out he was right. Nothing ever came of that. Obama's spying on a presidential campaign. Nothing comes of it. They obtain an illegal FISA warrant on Carter Page. Ruin that guy's life. Nothing. No biggie. It doesn't matter because the Democrats are, Hillary Clinton pays, that fucking Christopher Steele to come up with that fucking stupid dossier, the P tapes. Never happened. And who was his source? Igor? Nothing happened to Igor. Nothing happened to anybody. Can you imagine if Trump had been behind any of this shit like these people are? These people are the most crooked son of a bitches out there. I mean, the Biden family is a mess, I mean, good God. And then that smarmy old asshole, he has the balls to get up there and laugh about this shit, I mean, he's cracking jokes. He's like, oh, yeah, I suppose they're going to impeach me next, It's like, well, you should have been out of there a long time. You never should have been in there in the first place. And the fact that they're saying he's going to run in 24. Oh, my God. Any of you people out there that vote for that guy in 2024, you people are dumb. I'm sorry. You're straight stupid. I mean, if you think that this guy is, look at what he's done. He gets up there and he cites all these fake numbers, all these fake jobs that he's created. He hasn't created any jobs. He hasn't done anything. All he's done is, and then he's talking about, inflation's going down, so I suppose they're going to impeach me. It's like, well, you were the one that kicked it up there, jerk ass. The inflation wasn't going through the roof, before he took office. He likes to make everybody think that. And that stupid, Karine Jean-Pierre, God, she's worthless. And it's not because she's black or a female or that she's a member of the alphabet people. That has nothing to do with it. And it shouldn't have had anything to do with her getting that job in the first place. She should have been introduced when Jen Psaki stepped down, and Jen Psaki should have just said, here's your next, press secretary. She's most qualified to do the job, blah, blah, blah. Instead, she gets up there and says, oh, this is just, she's black and she's a female. And I thought we couldn't define females, though. But we can when it comes to this, right? And we can when it comes to appointing Supreme Court justices, apparently. But then the Supreme Court justice, who was appointed because she was a black female, she can't define what a female is. Even though when she was asked that question, all she had to do was do this. I'm a female. But she says, I'm not a biologist. Huh? Here's a woman who knows for a fact that she got the appointment because Joe Biden says that's who he's going to appoint when it comes time. He's going to appoint a black female. Ketanji Brown Jackson. Black female looks like to me. Can't define black female. Even though she knows that's why she got the appointment, and that's why there was only black females that were going through the hearings. I mean, it's not rocket scientist, is it? Good grief. I said that wrong on purpose, too, so don't come at me for bad vocabulary. So anyway, Devon Archer gets up there today. He says that over, about a couple dozen times. I mean, what's going on with these dinners? I mean, a couple dozen times, Jesus Christ. I mean, you got to get the old man. Oh, well, let me get Joe on the phone. And then Hunter's always calling him my guy. Our dude, my guy. I mean, he's got the text message that he sent to China about the money. I'm sitting here with my father. We need this resolved right now before things get ugly. I mean, what are they've never sold a thing. They've got these different shell corporations all over the place. What do they provide? They just get bribed. And fucking Joffrey Goldman. I stayed for the whole thing and there was no bribe. Oh, you're going to listen to the guy that's going to prison for fraud? Okay. So because Devon Archer supposedly, I mean, nobody can even hear what was even said. It was closed doors. There was nothing in there. We're going off of what each faction is saying about the testimony. And the testimony to me is pointless because it's all right there. I've been saying this for years. I mean, we've known this. We've known this about this guy. He's been a liar his entire political career. This dude doesn't know how to tell the truth. He doesn't know what the truth is. He's one of these cats that's lied so much that he believes it. Have you seen, people like that, right? They lie so many times about something that they begin to believe it. And then they really do think that it's true. They lie themselves into a fake truth. And then they're adamant about it. There's no way. That's the truth. And you know what that is? It's stupidity. Joe Biden is stupid. Teddy Kennedy, when he was asked about who was the stupidest guy in the Senate, he said Joe Biden. Unequivocally, to use Dan Joffrey Goldman's words. Unequivocally. Yeah. I mean, he didn't have to think about that, This is, Joe Biden, he's the stupidest guy in there. And he still is. I mean, he's never, he got the best of Sarah Palin, I guess, in 2012, in those debates. But how hard is that? I mean, it's like talking to a waitress from the Waffle House. Okie dokie, you sure, you betcha. Okay, let's do it to flapjacks. It's not going to be hard to win a debate against, Sarah Palin, for Christ's sake. Be about as difficult as it is to win a debate against, George Bush Jr. Fucking idiot. Oh, it doesn't matter, though. It really doesn't. When it comes down to it, they can, They can put whoever in there. I'm voting for Tom, the chef from the Muppets, the Swedish meatball guy. Put him in there. Just him by himself. No VP. Doesn't need it. He just makes the calls. Mortgage, mortgage, throwing shit around. That'd be great. You know? I mean, why not? We wouldn't end up with this Ukraine shit going on. Excuse me. I'm a little parched. Anyhow, I'm going to keep it short. I just wanted to talk about Devon Archer a little bit today. And, I guess I sat out for the whole cocaine in the White House thing. And that's gone now, right? We're not even talking about that anymore. I mean, that was a big deal, but that's gone. They found drugs in the White House 3 times now in this administration. They've never found drugs in the White House ever before. Yeah, that's not to say, I know, during Prohibition, Warren G. Harding was throwing his, his late night card parties and intergalactic keggers or whatever it was he was doing. But, to find oh, really? You can't get any prints off of a baggie and nothing on camera? Oh, yeah. Bongino was so pissed about that. And rightly so. I mean, he spent a lot of years in the Secret Service, And I can imagine you put that kind of time into that, you're going to have some pride in it. And then to watch these guys just say, oh, we don't know who it was. Everybody knows who it was. Jesus Christ. I mean, what do we think this is? I mean, John Fetterman could figure that one out. And John Fetterman can't even talk, I mean, he's over there at a collapsed bridge. I mean, that's just stupid. The whole thing is just nuts. It's absolutely nuts, And we're just going to sit here and, I saw one of the big headlines was Cardi B throws a microphone at somebody. They're sitting there on Fox News talking about her throwing a microphone at somebody in the crowd because they threw water on her. Who cares? You're talking about a stupid fucking ex-stripper that's still a stripper Jesus Christ, who gives a shit? If you're dumb enough to go to one of her concerts, then you deserve to get hit in the face with a microphone as far as I'm concerned. You're going to spend good money and go see Cardi B, guess what? There's a good chance you might get hit in the head with a fucking microphone. And there's a good chance you probably deserve it. Just my opinion. Who would go to one of her concerts? You gotta be shitting me. I would rather, there's a lot of things I'd rather do. A lot more painful things. I'd probably rather hit myself in the head with a microphone than, or at least go and have her throw one at me for a good reason. I don't know. I would never even be caught dead at one of her concerts. That's my idea of hell right there. If you wanted to torture me, take me to a fucking Cardi B concert. That has got to be the most torturous, awful fucking way to spend an evening ever. What even is I don't even know. I've just heard, I've heard a little bit of it, and it's nothing that I want anything to do with. I don't know how you could listen to that shit. Ugh. Garbage. Straight garbage. With most of the popular music too out there. Everything that's up there on the billboard is bullshit. But that's neither here nor there. But it's just kind of funny how they use stories like that to kind of, segue, get away from what's going on. And, Ukraine's falling apart, and we're just going to keep sending money. Joe Biden, he just allocated another $400 million, and back in the day, $400 million was a shit ton of money. Now it's just it's just like me sitting here and flipping a couple coins around, $400 million, we don't really even get into any real money until we get into, the trillions. Let's just keep racking it up because he's done so great on the economy, right? How's everybody doing at the grocery store? Yeah, that's gone well, huh? Yeah. The gas pump, I paid $4.32 a gallon for diesel yesterday, 2 days ago. That was awesome. Yeah. Way to go, Joe. It's really going down. Really going down. $60 for whatever that turned out to be, 14 fucking gallons or what, When Trump was in there, I was filling that tank for, $75, $78, something like that. And now it's $215, $220 to fill my tank up. Still. And inflation's going down, huh? I spent $400 at the grocery store the other day, and it was just like, okay, what did I get? Not much. Not compared to what it used to be like, yeah, granted, I was in college a long time ago, but I basically spent I'd budget out $125 a month. One trip to the Albertsons, I'd fill up the entire trunk of my fucking BMW, and I had enough food to, all month. Hell, it would go into the back seat, back seat and the trunk. A fucking cart just piled for $125. I couldn't have thought about even spending more money than that, I'd have had to get 2 carts. Now $125 gets you what? 3 boxes of cereal, some Doritos, and a snack pack. Maybe a dozen eggs in there. Jesus Christ, what a joke. It's just time that people start. You gotta wise up, folks. You gotta wise up to see what's going on here. Everything that you're hearing on the news media is lies. And I don't give a shit if you're a Fox fan, if you're CNN. I hope you're not CNN. I don't think anybody that listens to me listens to anything on CNN. At least I hope not. Or MSDNC. Fox is bad too. They're all bad. Fox is sold out. They're going down. There's really not a good place out there. You have to go through small media outlets. That's the only place that you're going to get anything that's real, because all these other, these big news conglomerates, they're all owned by the same people. And it's set up just like the Republicans and Democrats are set up. They want to divide you because they figure if you're divided, then you're not going to ever fucking wake up to the fact that you're getting lied to on both ends of the spectrum. And then you'll keep voting one way or another, and they don't give a shit who gets into office, because look at the way it rotates. You've got the House every 2 years, then you've got the Senate 6 years, and then the president 4 years. So the way the whole damn thing is set up, it's set up to never change. It's just going to be the same thing over and over again. That's why I say don't vote. Don't participate. Why? It doesn't matter. Your vote doesn't mean a goddamn thing. If it did, you wouldn't be allowed. And they're just going to gerrymander shit. They'll move it around. They'll cheat. They'll lie. Whatever they can do, So instead of being angry at your neighbor because he's got the wrong side, the wrong color hat on, or the wrong yard sign, or the wrong bumper sticker, here's my thing. And I'm going to start a Facebook page. I just haven't done it yet, but I'm going to have a cookout here at my house on election day. It might be kind of cold here in Wyoming, but anybody that comes here is welcome. The only thing is you've got to have refrained from voting. So no active voters are going to be able to partake. But if you want to step aside from the whole thing, then you're all welcome. Let's get to know each other. Let's hang out. Let's kick it. Let the kids play. If it's snowing, let them play in the snow. If it's not, if it's cold, whatever. Sit inside. We'll do whatever. We can do a big, huge podcast. I don't give a shit. But I am going to start a little Facebook page. I'm sure there won't be anybody that checks it out or anything. But like I said, that would be like the best day ever for me if no one showed up to vote, which will never happen. I know. You don't have to tell me. I know. It's just that's what you'd call a poop dream, I guess. So anyways, on that note, I'm going to cut out. I'm going to dip. I got to bounce. Got things to do. A big shooter, big stuff going on. As we always say, from 52 miles east of Jellystone Park in Coyote, Wyoming, be good or be good at it. In all things be kind and do no harm. Other than that, I don't really know what to tell you. I'm not even going to take it out with, I'll take you out with the meme show so everybody can get a shot at the memes, you know what I mean? Because I think they're funny. Maybe they're not. You let me know. And let me know if you think I should start an Instagram meme page, because I've got hundreds and hundreds of them that I made. I think they're funny, but my sense of humor is also off a little bit. So, see if we can reset this thing. Should we take it out with a Joe Biden laugh? Kids, no good. There's your president, ladies and gentlemen. Joe Biden. Give it up. Give it up for Joe. All right. Where's the meme roller? There we go. Peace out.